What's up, guys? Crumpy here, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience working at FedEx. So I was there for about 3 weeks. I think I made it to 3 weeks. I wanted to leave after two, but I was like, hey, let me give this a couple more tries. So I was a package handler for FedEx, and um, it sucked. It was a crappy job. They start you off at pretty much minimum wage. I think it was like 12.25. In Arizona, it's minimum wage is like 12.15, and they don't really give you any training either. They say they're going to give you training. The first 2 days, it was pretty much orientation. During orientation, they say that they're going to give you training. They don't really give you training. So yeah, it was a package handler position inside of the warehouse. There's different sections inside of the warehouse. There's unload, and then there's a loader, and then there's a sorter. I was a loader, so I had to load the boxes that came down the rail, or whatever they call it. So I had to load the boxes that came off that onto the truck. And what sucked about the job was pretty much had 3 trucks that you had to load, and it was really busy. So you had all these boxes coming down, and it's not just grabbing the boxes and putting them in the truck. You had to find the right spot. Not to mention, you also had to scan the box. So you scan the box, you scan the truck that you put it in, then you find the section to put it on. So I want to talk about my 5th shift. Yeah, it was actually my 3rd shift. So my main manager wasn't there. So when he's not there, there's another manager that goes around and like puts you on trucks. So I was put onto after my 2 days of training. If that, I want to say 4 hours of training, and the only training I had was pretty much just scanning box and then scanning the truck and putting it onto the truck. So they're basically in orientation. I'm like, okay, we'll start you off slow, 1, 2 trucks, and then we'll move you up. I got sent onto 4 trucks on my 3rd shift. 4 trucks on my 3rd shift. So you can imagine how that went. Not good. I got behind, and then boxes were piling up everywhere. And then after that, I want to say after like 2 hours of running behind, I got set back down to 3 trucks, which is 3 trucks is kind of manageable. Sometimes it could, all the times it was, super busy, but sometimes the boxes, when they came down the belt, they would be grouped up. So, you'd have to grab one box, put in your truck, grab another box, put in your truck, scan the tag and the truck, put in your truck, scan, put in your truck. So not only did I feel like I was in a simulation, you talk about being in a simulation, try doing one of those jobs. It's literally repetitive. And then some of those trucks were shaped differently, so some of them didn't have any shelves, so you pretty much just had to move it here, move it there. But yeah, it was a lot of work for a little bit of pay. We're short staffed, and you got placed on more trucks. So that kind of sucked. So my shift was from 3 a.m. to around 9. It all depended. Sometimes they sent you home a little bit earlier than that. But it felt like I was working 10-hour days. 10 hours. Sometimes those boxes, like, it would be big furniture pieces coming down there, and it was just like, okay, nice. Got a 200 pound piece of furniture that I gotta move into there. Not to mention, during orientation, they said if it's over 100 pounds, you have to ask for assistance. But the thing is, people had their own trucks. You had your 3. Someone else had their 3, which is way too many trucks for one person. They need more people, but they're probably not gonna get more people with the pay that they're giving. So you there's not really any room to ask, hey, can you help me out with this huge furniture thing. It's pretty much just throw it off, stand it up. and and I'm not going to complain too much about the huge boxes, but if the pay was better, then yeah, it would be fine. But the pay is crap. Okay? I couldn't check my benefits either. They said your benefits started the day that you started. But every time I went to the website, there was an error message. I couldn't sign up for direct pay either, or direct deposit, because when I tried to sign up for direct deposit, they wanted me to, provide them my routing and account number. How come they didn't have a website where you could just go on and put in your routing and account number like all other jobs? They don't have that. You have to physically write it down on a piece of paper, and you weren't allowed to take your phone in, so you had to physically write it down on a piece of paper and bring it in and hand it off to someone, and then they would have put it in for you. I don't want to go through all that. I don't want to have to give my routing and account number to a random. Makes no sense. Yeah, so working there was horrible. Probably the worst job I've ever worked at. Mainly because of the pay. The pay was trash.